Helldivers 2 lead just revealed the future of crossovers in the game, and it's exactly what you want to hear. And this news comes right off the heels hot off of the recent Killzone debacle that happened. If you guys don't know or been out of the loop for a little bit, there was a Killzone collaboration that came into Helldivers 2, which looked amazing, but the problem was that it was a little bit on the pricey side of things, and actually was a little bit misleading from what we saw and what we already knew about this release. Because if you don't know, this was originally leaked out that Killzone Collab was first leaked, and it was supposed to be a warbond, which would be like a battle pass effectively for you to grind through, which you can earn credits for just playing the game. So it basically would just be like a lot of grinding, but it would be for free essentially. And the release of this first set, while looking awesome and pretty good collaboration, this whole set was worth $20 by itself, where a warbond is normally $10. And so if you want to buy the second half, well, that's 40 bucks. That's the whole cost of the game. But rightfully, the Helldivers 2 devs did address the backlash that came from this and actually did end up giving out the second half of the deals for free out to active Helldiver players. Active meaning that you had to have war bonds available. Basically, you're a current player playing the game at the moment. I did see a lot of comments out there, people saying like, I didn't get my second half of the Killzone combo, what happened? Well, we do know that they are trying to address this right now, but it sounds like something that they will have to take care of in the new year because it's the holiday season, people are taking the time off. So with all this drama going on, a lot of people had concerns like, oh my God, are we ever gonna get a crossover ever again? Because with this backlash, it makes people a little apprehensive to jump in to do things like this again, especially for potentially how expensive these things are when it comes to licensing, and also just general like reach out to different companies like, do we want to have this backlash tied to our name again? Well, any concerns you might have had about this never happening again have been completely squashed, because in a recent Reddit post, this is a completely other topic, saying where do you draw the line when it comes to Arrowhead, comes to making different types of collaborations here. We can see like here on the far left side, you have Killzone, Starship Troopers, pretty obvious choices, right? But when you move a little bit more to the left on this, you start seeing Halo, which is like, I'd say, especially with ODSTs, like very much in the theme of Helldivers. Pretty excited to see what could come from that. But then when you kind of move a little bit more, you got Warhammer, then like Master Chief, Star Wars, Doom, Warhammer 40k, like full-on armor set, Ninja Turtles, and even Snoop Dogg. I think it's also kind of referencing like what we see from Fortnite and like Call of Duty, and how wild some of the customization could be there, and how they don't really care about the aesthetic or diluting the art style and immersion of those games. Like, yeah, games like Fortnite have like an art style in a way, but they seem to be more of a platform for you to buy into collaborations, and microtransactions means this is a list of all the collaborations Fortnite has done. It's a lot. And so when you're getting killed by Thanos playing as Marshmallow, when you just have like a vanilla skin, but then Shaq comes in and destroys you, well, you kind of lose track of what the original vision and what the art style of the game really is. Another big culprit of this is Call of Duty and Warzone. I mean, just look at this recent assassination animation. Like, what are we doing here? He's like some weird astro robot guy running from a weird looking clown getting killed by unicorn farts. Like, this is Call of Duty. So I'm just like, this is like, am I just too old for this now? Is that what's happening? Well, in the Reddit post here, the lead over at Arrowhead Studios, I keep forgetting how to pronounce this. Pilestist? I don't know. I don't know. He's, he used to be the CEO of Arrowhead, and he kind of stepped down, and now he's more of a part of the board right here. But then he's still like the main guy driving the conversation and where the direction of Helldivers should go, and posted this just saying the line is here. This is where the line is, which, and I see this in particular gets me really excited, because I'm just like, absolutely, finally some game studio actually gets it as you want to still maintain the immersion and art style and feel and vibe that your game can capture, but also not go too wild with it, where you have Snoop Dogg probably doing the gritty on somebody. Like, nobody wants that in Helldivers, and neither does the lead over here at Arrowhead Studios, apparently. He also did add a reply to this saying there is some nuance to it, so I wanted to go over this, so I kind of think it kind of really helps kind of understand like what the mission statement behind these collaborations might be like in the future. And there are three main core tenets that come up with this whole thing. The first one is avoid IP dilution. Only choose IPs that are appropriate for the Helldivers IP. close to a 1-to-1 match. Remember, crossover lore would become canon of Helldivers 2. Immersion breaks for other players. Limit the rate of collaborations. Too much will dilute. Be conservative and stringent as crossovers compound. Absolutely yes. Oh my god, dude. This is exactly what I want to hear from game devs when they talk about collaborations with different types of games, because that's a really fun thing to bring into it. But I also just want it to still look and feel like Helldivers, and like we saw earlier, this right here does not feel like Call of Duty, especially for how much of a vibe Helldivers 2 has, right? Like, if you break that feeling and immersion and tonality of the game, then it just doesn't really feel like Helldivers anymore, and it loses that charm and the uniqueness of the IP. The second core tenet being as authentic as we can. The second core tenet being as authentic as possible, saying that they try to do right by the source IP and its fans. They strive to modify as little as possible from the original inspiration and seek to become experts of the source material. Essentially, you just want to make it look like it is from that IP while also fitting within the Helldivers aesthetic, but also just not throwing it in because it's popular or it's something that might sell a little bit better. They just want to make sure that when they do it right. And the third tenet is review often, saying to review the IP effect after each collaboration. How does it impact Helldivers as a brand? From the very first collaboration with Killzone, there definitely are aspects that Arrowhead needs to review, exactly how to deliver this content to the players, because there were plenty of people out there who did spend the $20 for the first set within the Superstore because it looks so awesome. It was the first one and all that kind of stuff. Though with a lot of people in the community knowing that it was originally supposed to be a premium warbond, which would cost you normally $10 and some time to grind through, but at least it's obtainable, right? When it came to how they did the first wave of this collaboration in Helldivers 2, it was $20, and it was just the first half of the collaboration within the Superstore, and I believe they only had like a week to actually earn it, even though they did state that they wanted to have it be in rotation if something you can pay for. But the thing is that you only had a week to get the new armor set, and the bad timing of it is that there was a completely new warbond that dropped as well with the recent update. So many people already spent their warbonds that they earned by playing the game and couldn't really probably scrounge up an extra amount of cash in game to get this by just playing the game. So you only had a week. Most likely you had to pay 20 bucks to get it. My suggestion would just be make it a warbond, right? Whatever kind of collaboration you want to do next, please ODST armor, like please, like any kind of Halo related thing would be amazing. Just make that into a warbond. $10 if you want to do it. Hell, make it $15 when it comes to the price of the warbond, and have it just content drip throughout the entirety of the warbond pass. So then it would probably maintain the population and not get you that quick hit of satisfaction of sweet cash coming into the game, but also retain players and keep goodwill, and also be something that's more obtainable for the player base rather than just a hot item that's only there for a week. But the one thing we know for sure is that Arrowhead is wanting to do this, and they are listening to the community, and they want to do the right thing for the players, which is amazing to see. We don't get that too often. You guys, if you enjoyed this video or made it this far, hope I earned your like, maybe even a subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.